Well, welcome everybody to the Schooner Morning Show. We are here today with Dot Hunter up in apartment 636. I knew it was a 6 and a 6, but I couldn't remember the number in between.
Middle, yeah.
3.
Third floor.
Yeah, now how long have you been there?
Oh, 12.
12 years or so. I remember
Yeah.
you and your husband moved in,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, tell us, where were you born?
Lewiston.
You were born in Lewiston. Were you
Yeah.
born in the hospital or were you born at home?
I think at home.
At home?
I think so.
Yeah?
I'm not sure. But
Whereabouts? What, do you remember the street or where did you live when you got?
In Lewiston.
Yeah, but.
Always lived in Lewiston, on Summer Street.
Summer Street.
The corner of Summer and Whipple Street.
Well, I'll be.
Yeah.
And how did your family get to Lewiston? I'm just curious.
Well, they were originally, my grandmother was from Germany.
Oh.
And, well, both of my grandmothers came over from Germany. They heard that things were good over here, and so that's why they came to America.
Isn't
And,
that something? And then they met their husbands here?
Yeah.
They married American men?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
How many in your family? Like how many? Did you have brothers and sisters?
No.
No,
I had one sister.
You had one sister, yeah,
Beverly,
yeah. And
she's passed away quite a
has.
while ago.
Now, did she live in the area or did she move?
She lived in Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Maine was part of Massachusetts
Yes,
way
yeah.
way
Yeah,
back.
way back.
Yeah. Tell me how you met your husband.
Well, he heard that I got a pair of skis for Christmas, and we lived up on up Main Street.
Yeah.
And we could go down back. There was a hill, and we could go skiing.
Yeah.
And so that's how I met him. And the first time I went out skiing with him, I fell.
No, and he came to your rescue.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't do that on purpose, did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's wonderful. That is great.
Yeah, so...
You hear about stories like that.
I
I
know
think
it,
that's great.
yeah.
You know, my cousin met her husband skiing.
Oh, really?
And pretty much the same. She had fallen and he came
Yeah.
over to help.
Yeah.
And their eyes met and
Yeah.
they started dating after
Yeah.
that. Isn't that funny? Wait till I tell her. She won't believe
Yeah. Well, I was trying to make a good impression on him.
it. Yeah. Oh, that's good. A damsel in distress.
Yeah.
So, you went to school in the Lewiston area then? You were
Yes,
born and
yeah.
brought up and went to school here and
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
and met your husband and
Yeah.
Now, did you have children?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Huh?
3.
3 children.
Yeah, my daughter passed away, Connie,
Connie.
and I have 2 sons,
So 2 boys and a girl.
Bill
And
and Tom.
now, are the boys still around the area?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
great, isn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Although it would
Well,
be.
Bill lives over in Turner.
Yeah.
So I get to see him more than I do Tommy. Tommy's outside of Waterville.
Yeah.
So but he calls on the phone often.
Oh,
so
sure, sure.
We keep in touch.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Boy, that's excellent. That's
Yeah.
excellent. So tell me now, what did, so all your time, you've lived in the area all your life then?
Yes, yeah.
What did
I'm
your,
a maniac.
you're a maniac through and through, tried and true.
We were in a group one time and talking with different people. It was on a trip. And this fellow said, he said, I know where you're from. And I said, you do? He said, yeah. He said, you're from Maine. I said, nobody else talks like that.
Isn't it funny how we have an accent? We don't think we do,
No,
do we?
we
Yeah.
don't, no.
And the Southerners, my cousins down south,
Yeah,
yeah, y'all going down there, they have their accent as well.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So what did your husband do for a living? And did you work?
I was a school teacher
You were?
Yeah.
Where?
in Lewiston.
What grade?
Well, I started out in high school at Edward Little.
Yeah.
And then I ended up in the 3rd grade. I stopped teaching for a while to have my family.
Yeah.
I wanted to be home to bring up my children. Once they got back in school, then I went to substitute. And through that, I got a full-time job at Washburn School.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's where we go vote.
Yeah,
Washburn
yes,
School, yeah.
yeah.
And what did you teach at Edward Little? Did you know Edward Litter yourself? Or had you met him?
No,
No.
no, no. I taught commercial, well, it was commercial subjects back then. Shorthand and typing.
Oh, right, the business end of things, yeah?
I went to Auburn Main School of Commerce,
Yeah,
and when I left there, I could either be a teacher or a secretary, but I took the teaching. had a chance to get a job.
that's wonderful.
So
Yeah,
that's how I
teaching
got
is
yeah.
so important. And boy,
Yeah.
are we learning that during this pandemic, how
Yeah.
important it is
Yeah,
and how important teaching is.
yeah,
I think kids need that connection with
Yes.
somebody that they
Yeah.
know and respect and trust and
Yeah.
can learn from.
Yeah.
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 What did your husband do for a living while you were teaching?
He was a millman.
Millman?
Worked in the mill.
Yeah,
He worked at Bates Mill and then Continental.
yeah.
And then he ended up at Bates College. The mill started to shut down,
Yeah.
and he could have gone south, but we didn't want to go south. And a friend of his heard about him not having a job and offered him a job at Bates College
Wow.
in the maintenance department.
That is
So
fantastic.
that's where he retired from.
Yeah.
He liked that over
Oh,
there
definitely.
very much.
I've never heard anybody that did not like working at Bates. And
Yeah.
I've known quite a few people that have worked
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And all said it was very, very nice. Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your passions and your, did you have hobbies? Did you have some things that you enjoyed?
Well, I
or
used to do a lot of knitting.
Yeah.
Knit myself a dress.
No
Back
kidding.
when they were doing that.
Wow. That's a lot of work.
And I've made a lot of sweaters. And
Yeah.
Hats and mittens. And,
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, were you part of the knitting group when we used to do that here at
No,
Schooner?
no.
It's something we're going to start back up again very
Oh,
soon.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that we're in the green, we'll be able to start that up.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad. How about traveling? Did you folks travel much
Yeah, we did quite a bit of traveling.
on vacation?
We
did
went
you?
to Germany.
You did?
My parents are German.
Right. So you went back
And
to.
we were going to go to England. That was our next trip, but then Tom got onto oxygen, and they
made
said
it
he
to-
could have gone, but I said, no way, I'm not going to worry about.
Right.
So we'll have oxygen at every place you stop, but I just was too nervous
Right,
about it.
right.
So we didn't
Why
get
risk
to,
it? Yeah.
Because he's of English.
He's of English
Heritage,
descent. Yeah.
yeah.
So you wanted to go back and see the old country.
Yeah, yeah.
How about the United States? Did you travel a little bit in the United
Yeah,
States?
we've done some traveling.
Some
yeah.
traveling? Yeah. Do you like to read?
Oh, I love to read. I read all the time.
Do you? Yeah.
I've read most all of the books here.
Have you really?
The ones that I want to read.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like mysteries.
Aha,
Yeah.
mysteries.
And I'm having a hard time finding a
Yeah.
book now, but I've got one that I'm reading. Well, I've got one that Bill gave me, my son,
Yeah.
to read.
And you know that the Auburn Library will still bring us some books if you want them.
Oh, really?
Yep,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
give them a call and,
Yeah.
and either we can go get it or they'll bring it over, they said.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
they want to help people read. If you love
Yeah.
to read, we want to make sure you have the
Yeah.
material. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's good to
Well,
hear.
I found a few books over there. that
Yeah.
I haven't read, so.
Well, we've got 3 big libraries, so you should be able to find a little something
Yeah.
here and there.
Where's the third one?
Down in the Castine building. There's a whole wall of books down in the Castine library.
Yeah, I think
down
I've
by
been
the
to
front
that.
desk.
Yeah.
And then there's the one over by the nurses, the Muhlendyke Library that's
Oh.
right across from the nurses station.
Oh.
That's our biggest one.
Oh.
And then there's this one right here in this
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I should be able to find something.
I would say so. And if not, let me know. We'll call the Auburn Public Library, right?
Yeah.
Well, this has been a wonderful interview today. Our guest has been Dot Hunter from apartment 636 in the Rockport building. Been here over a dozen years, and we hope with a dozen or more left to go, right?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Stay tuned to Channel 1390 for all of the updates coming to you soon. Have a great day, everybody, and thank you, Dot.
You're very welcome.